Alrighty, oh god, my microphone has gone far too loud. There we go. Apologies if I just broke someone's headphones. Or ears. Welcome to City of Needles, Traitors Gate, episode 4. We have a special guest for the foreseeable future, meaning until they die horribly, so probably quite quickly. And everyone else is actually here this week as well, so let's go and say hello to everyone. Oh, and your webcams have disappeared somehow. Give me a second. Why? What has gone on? Give me a second. Technology broke. There we go. Just needed to refresh
Every time someone mentions broken technology, I immediately think of an old line from a cartoon, but I can't think of which cartoon it is. And it's like this guy who, whenever something malfunctions on him, he's just like, "This is why I hate machines."
There we go. So that's all sorted. So we do have, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, we do have a guest. The guest I will introduce first. His name is Gary, who played Aaron Thrax in Season 1 of the core campaign of City of Needles. You can read all about that over at cityofneedles.blogspot.co.uk or over on the Wikia if you want a quick premise of it all. That's cityofneedles.wikia.com. Yay, I'm plugging myself really quite quickly. So, yeah, he survived the entire of the first series and slightly of the second before getting kidnapped and never seen from again. But he is now returning. Welcome, Gary. How are you?
I'm doing alright.
Good. So, do you want to tell who you are, etc., in bits and pieces to everyone while I scoff this sandwich?
So, as he said, I'm Gary Buckland. It's a fun little fact. I've just moved house. I play Sven Narconis. I am an artificial nano who employs a cutaneous interface.
And I would ask you what happened last session, but I know kind of what I kind of roleplayed a little bit with you what happened last session. So, yeah. You're not going to get to know that just yet, anyway. So let's get back to everyone else. Chris, how are you?
Hi there. Doing alright. Suppose I should probably introduce myself.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Chris Lowe. I play Victor Lacrosse. I am a cruel nano who does something with poisons. I don't have my character sheet up in front of me, so I don't remember the exact wording.
Oh, professional right here.
Crafts powerful poison.
There we go.
I'm on roll 20. I just didn't have the character.
Yeah. Lies.
I'm so good at this
Hey,
game.
don't feel bad. I had to have Tesla clear up all of my bits and pieces for my character introduction before we started this morning, because I forgot what I was.
That's fair.
All right, Kelsey.
And I think it was last episode that I decided I hate my suits for some unexplainable reason after rewind gloves were used.
That is the GM term of going, can we just roll back a second?
So now I hate my awesome suit.
You're saying, yeah, your suity robes. Why did that happen?
Pretty sure Octopig got too excited. And
Right, we'll get to Octopig in a minute. Kelsey, how are you?
I'm alright. Bit chilly, but other than that, good.
Yeah, you've got snow, haven't you?
I hate snow.
I have not seen snow for a goddamn long time over here. So who are you?
Play Sarah Cray. I'm a drunk Jack who entertains. Last week I literally did nothing. And this week I got Just Dance and am a party and fool. And that is all.
Awesome. Right. Okay. And Hunter, how are you?
Hi, I'm Hunter.
Is that how you are?
Yes.
Hi. How are you? I'm Hunter.
He is a. I think he's actually saying he is a hunter.
Oh.
That's
Ooh.
also true.
Okay. Watch out. Pray.
I play Mason Palmer, who is a driven nano who consorts with the dead. And last week, I prodded at the Octopig a little too much, and he inked on Victor, making him hate his suits.
Right, I should probably give you a bit of context for that. So, for the sake of everyone at home and Gary, I will go over what happened last session. So, you guys were tasked by Scarlet to take a few pieces of Numenera out of the city. And the way to do that was to contact a member of the Foundation Silver Palm, the leader, Dehart, and use his facilities and his contacts to get the items out. You guys waited for an elevator. Who inside was called a creature. Here I've got to remember what this is. Creature by the name of Paislin, who is actually of the species of the Apricari, who are a race of highly evolved octopi. And he has a little fish tank, essentially on a swine-style biomechanical pig-type creature. And the guys decided to poke the pig, and the pig then squirted them with ink, which has mind-altering effects. You guys then decided to follow Paislin to Dehart, completely forgetting that you could only fit inside the elevator. You had to wait for the Numenera items to be taken down separately, but you decided to go off and see Dehart, who then quite quickly dismissed Victor's chit-chat and told you guys you were incompetent because you forgot the pieces of Numenera. You guys went back to the lift, managed to thankfully recover the items, and you headed off to the Pale Spine, where you eventually managed to make contact with two members of House Ethis who were working thugs for them. And one of them ended up succumbing to the untethering and dying in there. And you managed to defuse the situation, explaining everything that was going on, and that actually allowed you to transport all of your goods out of the city, hopefully, in a few barrels, although he now has to get a slightly larger one to accommodate the bigger of the two boxes. And that is where we are starting off. Now, let's see. So you guys are still in the Pale Spine, I believe. If that's what you guys remember. Yes. Yeah, you guys are in the Pale Spine. Paislin has buggered off. There's still a dead body. You managed... Oh yeah, you're all at the bar, aren't you? You're all at the bar trying to defuse the situation.
I am with Victor. Sarah stayed up with the boxes.
Okay, where are you two?
We're at the bar.
Alright, Sarah's with the boxes in the box room.
Yeah.
She's with the boxes in the corner, yeah.
You're with the body as well, then? Are you with the...
No,
you're with the barrels, not... You're with the boxes, not with the barrels, yeah.
Yeah, I'm avoiding Silver Palm because they don't like me right now.
Okay. If you want to know why, watch a previous episode. So... As you guys, as Victor and Mason, you guys are currently at the bar. You've just managed to orchestrate the delivery, sort of the extraction of all the devices that Scarlet wants. You've yet to kind of actually make a plan with this guy. You don't even know his name yet. But you guys... You guys kind of are told by the barkeep that if it is just you three, you guys won't make it.
How many do we need?
There's an escort of some sort. Even with you greenhorns, there is no way you're gonna survive. I mean, you can get out of those city walls. I mean, you might even. He's probably changed his accent by now. He hasn't got the same voice. Sod it. But you might make it to Dark Perch. But going across that steadfast. So wilderness out there. I mean, I've heard of things that are as tall as some of these buildings roaming out there. All I can see you is tottering along and getting smushed. You poor, poor unfortunate people. But, good luck, anyway. I mean, there's no harm in trying, is there?
Yes, no.
Things sort of start to wind down at the pub for the next sort of couple of hours. What you guys are kind of... You sit down and eventually, after the House Ethis thug goes back, forth, removes the body, and then comes back again for a fourth time, he introduces himself as Ritz. And he says that it's probably going to be about another couple of hours before the barrel arrives. He said if you need to get anything done beforehand, get it done now. Do you need... So this is kind of an opportunity for you guys to go... If you need to go shopping or anything. Like, do you have any extra... Who's the richest person? You can take nap. You can take your... Up to... Yeah, you can take up to as many... Up to your hour's rest as well, if you need your hour's rest. So I know quite a few of you might need your rest.
I will take up to an hour's rest.
Do I need a rest? Yeah.
Because I know the hazards of being in the city, and usually things happen all at the same time. There's no chance for a day to pass.
Rest and try and recover some missing points.
Yeah, you want to do some rolls for me?
8 points. I'm at 16 of 22 intelligence, which is the only thing that's missing. So that takes me all the way back up.
I have 13 points back, taking up to my hour's rest.
Way good. Kelsey, do you need to...
Kinda, but I'm
Boop.
not gonna bother.
You should really, because it's free time. You might as well do it now, because you just might as well try and get as many stats points back as possible.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I
I'm
had
just gonna
13
take it
points
away
missing.
again.
Not saying that I'm trying to kill you or anything, or going to do anything of the sort, but...
You're just gonna take it away again because of Nugget. I know how this works.
Yeah, you still got your minus in your permanent pools, yeah?
Yeah. I think I'm good.
We
After
should
that.
just kill him, Nugget.
No!
Nugget is slowly draining your vitality. You know this as a fact, yet you still will not give him up.
No, because he's cute and fluffy, and I know you put him in there as like a freaking catfishy thing, and I'm gonna keep him, and he was my friend.
Okay, so... So this is now sort of like late evening. It's around about sort of 7, 8 o'clock. Paislin trots in. Who would be trotting down to the bar? Is anyone down? Where would everyone be at this point? So it's about late evening. You guys have slept or napped at least. What are you guys up to?
I'm reading the diary.
Okay.
Scheming?
Scheming on his own. Okay.
Reading, drinking, scheming.
Okay.
Such a useless group of people.
Yeah.
All right. Mason.
Yes.
You start reading the diary. Can you actually roll for me an intellect? Just general intellect, please. First off.
5.
Okay, right. There's going to be a combination of understanding here. So, intellect, can you roll for me history?
6.
Have you got 6? It hasn't shown up yet.
Clever.
There we go, 6.
That's
Oh god, you're gonna have a terrible lot of this. History,
clever.
culture,
Yeah. 13.
and mythology, or mythology/biology.
15.
Okay, right. So, the book generally itself is written in a way that sort of you don't really understand. It seems to be sort of like an older language than you know of. You can tell that sort of just from sort of you can tell sort of from the numbering system itself that this diary does go back quite a while. It even, from what you can tell, the dates-wise, it predates the foundation of the city itself. Okay? It seems to all center. You still see some of the sort of the same recurring sort of pictures, and those pictures you understand to be the sort of major houses in the area, with sort of notes and bits beside them, a few sketches of portraits of who you believe to be maybe people from the area. There's also a sketch of a young, beautiful woman. You recognise her face. You recognise her face from the image. It is Scarlet. The image is quite early on in the diary, so you presume that this is probably early on in her life as well. Around sort of her, there is the symbol of sort of a few sketches. Can you roll for me heraldry, please?
I can get a 5.
Okay, you don't really... You've got no real clue as to what these sketches may relate to. You know they're sort of meant maybe it's like an insignia or something, but you don't really understand what's going on with that. But there are sort of slight details of sort of his development cycle. He seems to at one point have contracted a disease of some sort, which zapped all of his energy. And you can see there's sort of equations and bits and pieces of one thing equaling another and tossing that sort of stuff. The sort of very basic building blocks.
Okay.
And that you can see sort of there's drawings and then crossing offs related to that on different days. And it seems to these sort of images then seem to be increasing as the years pass. That there's more and more of these sort of sketches with crosses off. You see these devices are actually probably pieces of Numenera. So, while you're sort of understanding that and you're enthralled in that, there is the sort of the general... So Paisley then walks in. He sort of grunt. You can see the mount grunts a little bit. Before he sort of goes, "Hello."
Hello.
Oh, I thought I would be. Oh, yes. Sorry, I've kind of had to disappear for you on a moment. Sorry, give me a second. I need to adjust my breather. There is, I finally managed to find that, what was his name? You know, the courier that was meant to be accompanying you, your guard, that was it. I found your guard sent from Scarlet. You were aware of this, weren't you? You were being escorted.
Yeah.
Hunter's kind of gone. Nope. Sorry, did you say anything?
No, I said no. I did not know we were going to be escorted.
Yes, I mean, just a short, simple clerical error. He went to the wrong pub and then spent a couple of drinks, and I managed to drag him out of there. You will also need to be addressing him as Lord, if that's possible.
It's gonna go over well with Victor.
He is, you will need to pay him a certain degree of respect. He is a very valued member of our community. He is, well, let's just say it's a very sensitive disposition. If you do wish to make any comments about his physical appearance, I would be very, very tactful.
Can I poke him?
If you wish to retain your fingers, I would probably keep them to yourselves. You may not wish to talk about it, and to be honest, I wouldn't blame him. Certain things did go wrong in the process, and not everyone can carry out something as ingenious as this. What a silly, stupid human. But he'll be here in about a couple of minutes, so just prepare yourself. Can you go fetch the other one, please?
The others?
Yes, I want them all here, please.
Alright, I'll go find them.
Where are you two? Where are you two?
Chilling. Probably playing cards with the,
You're playing cards. Oh, you're playing cards with more in the group. Okay, right.
with the, with our, who was it that, like, Chris's, like, stupid best friend?
More. Yeah.
Him.
Okay, can you roll for me a luck roll then?
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna see...
14?
14. Can you roll for me 3d4s, please? You gain 9 shins.
Victory is mine.
And Victor, where are you currently?
I'd probably be like downstairs, maybe at the bar.
Okay, so yeah, you were all kind of summoned by Pacelin.
Octopig.
Pacelin. You know, obviously the window still hasn't been repaired. All the glass has been swept up, but as you would know, Sarah, you've been playing right next to the window, so it's been pretty open. You've managed to hear everyone walk past. Can you roll for me a listening check, please?
19.
They're in the crowd that you hear, not in the crowd, but it's quite late in the evening now, but you've heard pretty much everyone walk past, yeah? And you know the sound of footsteps by now.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a set of footsteps that are distinctly rhythmic, heavy and deliberate. It's just a very steady rhythm to the pace. There's no sort of stopping, there's no deviation. You can even tell that pretty much the pace is exactly the same permanently. Like there's no deviation. It's not even like sort of there's no a shorter step or a longer step. It is the same step over and over and over again. And you can hear it getting louder and getting closer to you. What do you do?
Look around. Claim stranger danger.
So you tell the rest of the group?
Yeah. I will let them know.
Do you two react in any way?
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Yep, that's the vibrations. Ugh, his frequency is off again. Ugh. I have to tell him about that, he'll start complaining later. Also, one thing, you might want to... You all have... Your eardrums are all still intact, correct?
Last I checked.
Okay, you may want to preserve them while he starts thinking. It has been known to damage certain sensitive people and certain dispositions.
Or he?
Hmm?
Well, first you said he, then you said it. I'm just confused.
There's, you'll come to, understand. Yes, you'll need earplugs of some sort. I don't know where you'll be getting them, but, maybe you want to cover your ears with your fingers or something when he starts thinking. It's not pleasant. As the door, you can sort of hear the footsteps finally reach the top of the door. There's a sort of a very, again, there's like a deliberate knock at the door, before it sort of gets slowly swung open. And there is a sort of a cloaked figure, hood completely covering the face. It walks down the stairs in a very sort of slow and deliberate manner. You can see nothing of the physical form. The cloak kind of covers everything, including sort of where the hands are and where the feet and the shoes are. Everything's kind of everything's sort of covered up. He walks over to the bar area and sort of rubs the back of the pig mount, and it starts to oink a little bit in response. And
You just touched the pig.
yeah, and yes, please, will you stop that? I know the creature enjoys it, but it doesn't exactly help when I'm trying to control it. That's back to you in now, Gary.
Suppose I will. You did ask, after all.
Right, well, these are your three that you're looking after. From what I can gather from everyone, completely incompetent, have absolutely no idea what they're doing, and will probably get killed after leaving Dark Perch.
Yeah.
I believe you're meant to be stopping all of that?
Wait, stopping us from leaving? I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I mean you dying, idiot.
I know.
Well, humans are squishy. Far too squishy.
Wait, so
Well-
I'm just gonna start poking my arms. Like, I'm squishy? Yes, you're
Great.
correct.
The great thing about the human race is it has the ability to learn. Let us hope that they learn quickly enough to stay alive on their own.
Yes, my lord. You and your Ascension project. You're as bad as some of my thinkers. Okay, so I should probably do the formal introduction to your guardian. He goes by the name of Lord Narconis. I will not bother you which detail about which family member it is, nor do you really need to know. He works for Scarlet, and that's really pretty much it. If you do get into trouble, he should hopefully be able to help you out at some point. You will now be on your way with Ritz, on your way out of the city, and you will need to contact... Ooh. Do you... I would hate to ask this, but do you perhaps have the boxes? Those little wooden boxes with those little crystal screen things?
Yeah.
Yes? Good.
Yep.
You can... Do you know how to use them as a communications device?
Nope.
Oh, my... My lord. This is... I apologize if they will get on your patience, sir, but, they are already trying a few of my contacts, and I just want them out of the city for everyone's sanity. Right.
Getting them to Dark Perch should not be too difficult.
You would hope so, wouldn't you?
I would hope so.
Right, so, right. what you'll need to do, just put the boxes in front of me, please. Just plop them 1, 2, 3. Anyone doing it?
Yeah, Kelsey's doing
yes.
it.
Okay.
Kelsey said she was the one that was hanging with them.
Okay. So you put all of your teleportation devices in front. You guys, right? Okay. From the eye sockets of the creature, the mount creature, they split apart with a slight sort of and out comes about 4 or 5 sort of very thin cables with small attachments at the ends, and they sort of dive around the machines, around the devices. It's kind of a whir of sort of black sort of metal and sort of a flash of silver, before they sort of zip back and retract back into his head and they shut, and the gates shut over the top. He says, right, all you'll need to do is, now last time, well, the last time you were in Dark Perch, my lord, did you happen to see a chrysanthemum?
Would he know if he had or not?
Yes.
Alright, so he did see one, though.
Yes.
So he nods to the question.
Good, right. What you'll need to do is find the whatever the chrysanthemum plant is in the village, connect up and to that, and you'll hook directly into my private network, and you'll be able to contact me directly. Remember, you will need to do that. Give me a second. You will need to do this quite quickly. As soon as you get there, any delays will further anger Scarlet.
I understand that. She's a busy person.
Yes, we're all busy people. Is that clear with you three?
Yeah.
Now, remember
So
what
I have one recommendation here, right?
Yes, Victor?
Oh no, this is for our new buddy. So, I'm expecting things are gonna get a little hairy out there, right? And I think we can all agree that in the heat of battle, calling out Lord Narconis, that takes way too long. I'm gonna keep things to 2 syllables minimum, so we're calling you Narc from now on.
As long as it is effective. I do not
I think it will be. We got Victor 2 syllables, Sarah 2 syllables, and Mason 2 syllables.
I think addressing me by full title in combat would be very silly indeed.
All right, Narc, let's do this.
This is gonna be really interesting. I can tell this is gonna be a lot of fun.
I like to be defiant. Character.
I just want to know, how hard was it for Chris to keep a straight face while saying that? Because I'm over here cracking up, and
Ritz finally manages to get everything together and shoves the last of your Numenera items into the crate. Mason, you get a message from DeHart, which is completely unexpected. You don't even know how really to reply at all. You've not even been told how to type into it. But the message says, it says, "Have you reconsidered our deal? / my deal."
No. Oh, well, I don't know how to type. Can I figure out how to type on it?
Can you roll for me Numenera?
Yes.
make it with a hammer.
16.
Yeah, you. So it takes you about sort of a good 5-10 minutes to kind of just look it all over, but there is sort of it's kind of like a trackpad which is completely flush against the wood. It's like a touch screen, like the bottom of the wood is like a trackpad, and you're able to kind of run through symbols through that. Although it's more intuitive, and it's got you cannot actually discern it on the actual box itself that there is a trackpad there. So yeah, what do you want to reply with?
Just no.
Okay. It always has to try. So you guys are taken to an elevator shaft in the corner of town. It takes you about a good 2 hours with all the equipment and with all the barrels and bits and pieces, slowly navigating through to the very outer edge of the caldera. There is a channel built into the side of the caldera itself, which has it seems to be like a sort of a giant structure kind of sunk into it. There's at the bottom hand there seems to be like a generator and a large pylon, and you can see that there is quite a thick bolt of what looks to be like electricity flowing directly up this channel. In this channel itself, you can actually see that there is like a pod of sorts that seems to be floating in that stream, and from the other end you can barely make out at the top of the ridge, or at least as it goes further up into the distance, another generator of sorts and another stream of electricity coming down another end. The cart itself is actually coming down this channel. And there is a very small-looking chap sat at what seems to be the controls. Ritz tells you to stand back for a few minutes before he blah, blah, blah. You can see there's a flip of a silver coin, and the exchange is made. He just turns over to you, gives you the thumbs up, and walks off. What do you guys do?
Is the cart big enough for all of us and all the boxes?
Yes. It looks to be more. It looks to be like an old. It looks to be. Well, can you roll for me, Numenera?
19.
Yeah, you know that this is but this looks to be kind of like sort of a sort of mining excavation kind of a piece of equipment. Something, you know, that it kind of transports large amounts of good deep between, like horizontally down through the earth.
Okay.
That's as much as you can really discern from what it does. It seems to be powered by some sort of can be kept in some sort of magnetic suspension.
Right. So we just get on then?
Excuse me. What do you think you're doing?
Who's this?
Excuse me. I'm down here. Excuse me. Can you see me? Hello.
Look down.
There is a little, what seems to be like a small man, in a sort of a very oversized robe. About a third of the bottom of it is trailing behind him.
Hello?
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah. What have you got in there?
In where?
The barrels.
I don't know.
So you didn't pack the barrels yourself?
No.
That's not very nice, is it? That's not good.
Hmm.
Lady? Did you pack any of this stuff, lady?
No.
Okay. Guy in some weird suity thing.
Yeah.
Did you pack? Not you! Wasn't talking to you!
I heard suit.
Oh.
Unless you said soup, and then I'm way off.
I sort of, like, I heard suit, but because of how he described Sven earlier, I was like, I wonder which one he's referring to. 'Cause apparently I'm a walking cloak.
That's fair.
Yeah, you got Master Suity thing with the weird sort of symbol-y thing on the front.
I still think that could be me. Oh, I thought he said no whenever I said what. I was like, oh god.
Did you pattern his barrels?
I mean, I suppose I could have. I don't remember it.
You should probably go see Doctor or something, if you don't remember. Okay, right, now, Mr. Big, Tall, Scary Looking Man.
That could also be me.
That's not you, that's definitely not you. Definitely not you, got my eye on you.
And very, very slowly looks down to this tiny little thing that can't fit in its robes. He's not said anything.
So, you're quite intimidating, really, aren't you?
Yes, I packed the barrels. I did not.
Okay, you're quite scared. Can you back away from me, please? Because you're quite scary. Please.
Wait, Drew?
Yes?
Does he look like a normal person, just really small?
Do you want to roll for a perception test?
Yes. 9, so 6.
You can tell something's going on.
May I make a perception test, having just looked directly
Yeah.
at this? Alright. Well,
Yeah, I would probably say that you getting up close and personal. Yeah, this is not a little man. This is about a boy of about 8 years old.
and having said that, he's on the edge of the caldera, which is like right before I'm supposed to be escorting him through, which is supposed to be really dangerous, right?
Hmm.
So he's gotten all the way here. These guys probably wouldn't have brought him along, referring to the ones that, you know, packed the barrels and all that and have sent us on our way. So, you remember the white noise that was aforementioned?
Okay, basically, right, whenever, Lord Narconis starts thinking, there is a cross between white noise and old-style dial-up, quite loudly audible.
Yeah, now he's trying to figure out how this...
His body completely stops moving at this point when he starts emitting this sound.
I'm gonna cover my ears.
Can you all roll for me might defense?
God, no, I cannot.
Oh
20.
no, I didn't
Oh.
think it would be that terrible. Jeez.
Hey, I do screw.
18.
Okay,
17, I win.
all of you are fine.
Boom,
With or without
motherfucker.
covering our ears?
That's with or without at the minute.
So...
Yeah, let's just say I didn't tell you about this, Gary. But your character, when you tell me you start thinking, everyone will have to roll a might defense.
Unless they're appropriately covered, i.e. like wearing earplugs.
Yeah, or they're not in the same vicinity.
I didn't know that, so that's my bad.
I just thought I love screwing people over.
that was a nasty little surprise.
Rude.
So yeah, what do you guys do? Do you guys share? Do you guys like pull them?
Rock dead.
Do you Lord Narconis? Do you pull them aside or?
So, I imagine he would, because now he's like, how did an 8-year-old kid make it all this way out to the caldera without running into trouble? Especially if there's there's just a shitload of people back there, meaning he had to come from the way that they're about to go, which, unless he's not what he appears to be, should not be possible.
That is actually in character, by the way.
Yes, it's in character.
Basically, whenever Gary goes on a little like thought rant, that's usually in character. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you clarified that, because normally when I do that, it's out of character.
yeah, Chris does it out of character, but Gary always does it in
Yes.
character. So
I already got a little bit of forewarning with that. I was talking with Kelsey the other day, so that was fine. But whenever he starts ranting, it's in character. This is how Narcona speaks.
Yay.
So yeah, he explains that situation to you. What do you do? That this kid should not be out here. This kid seems completely and utterly defenseless, and there is no way in hell that there is a chance that this kid could be making it. Something is going on.
I'm paid
To
to
find out
start
what he is,
riots, not find out what children are up to.
Technically, you were blackmailed to do that at the beginning of the whole show.
No, not to start the riots.
No, the find children.
Yeah, but the riot starting thing was all me. Just saying.
Well, let's go ask him then.
So, Sven is kind of looking down at this kid and ask him how in the world he got here, or if he potentially was with the barrels.
And goes, no, this is my station. I'm the one that operates this lift.
Alright then.
Yeah.
Glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, you better watch it, buddy. I'm watching you. You may be scary, but I know people.
He's just a
I know people who can beat you up.
And to that, Narconis just kind of goes silent. He's gone back to his intimidating stand, apparently.
No, okay, I'm sorry. He pulls on a few levers and brings the lift down to the bottom. It there's this as it gets closer, the cackling of the electricity of the generator starts getting louder and louder, and it starts arcing off. Can you all roll for me speed defense? As the lightning arcs off as the train approaches.
Oh no!
Better.
I'm afraid.
Sven?
To roll. I'm afraid to roll now.
Oh,
Sven,
damn it, Victor.
Yes.
can you take not 12
Oh god.
Ow!
points of might damage?
Oh, might damage. Okay, that's actually not fine because that means my might is gone. But you know, details. So does all the extra damage carry over? Or is my might pool now just?
Your might pool is now, and now it goes in. Whatever needs to be taken out left goes into your speed pool.
Okay, so 10, 11, 12. Ow!
So how exactly did that go
It's
down?
like fly across the room.
Okay. Basically, what happens is that as the shuttle approaches, the electricity starts sparking off the back and starts hitting what you can now see around you as absorption plates, where the electricity kind of grounds itself. Yeah. The electricity all seems to have moved, ignored all of you, but it does seem to have slightly shocked the boy, and near enough everything else has gone directly into Lord Narconis. As in, lightning rod style, drawn all electricity that was around you guys to him.
So he's
And then basically, for a second, you see he stands there for a second after the shock, and then is instantly blown backwards. It takes a delayed second for that to happen.
Are you dead, Narc?
Now he just kind of sits up and is like, "No, I am not dead, but that was unpleasant."
You can see
Twists me.
you can see that some of his robe is kind of burnt, and there are holes in it a little bit. You can see there's a glint of something underneath. As he pulls on his clothes and bits and pieces, You can see that there is. He reaches out with his hand to pull over his cloak, and you can see that the fingers are all metal.
He's
And before he quickly covers that up.
Narc. I'm not a doctor, so we'll have to ask Victor. But
Yeah, I'm a doctor.
getting hit by a lightning bolt normally requires some medical attention.
He slowly turns his head. Do not worry about it.
Okay.
As he sort of stands up, you can see there's a slight sort of off the cloth itself. There's that slight shimmer of heat, like sort of like steaming slightly. A little bit frazzled. The boy seems to be fine. He did kind of yelp out a little bit, but you sort of presume that he was kind of hit by the console, a little bit shocked by the console. The doors open to the shuttle. It's like a roundish sort of pod with two giant sort of plates either side. It seems to be sort of like, sort of like an old style sort of tube of like Pringles or something. It has like a very thick bottom and a very thick top, and then it's kind of like very flush in the middle. Yeah, the doors open up, and you can just about squeeze all of you and the boxes inside. Kelsey, Sarah even. As you're loading everything on, Nugget has a reaction. Now, Nugget starts sort of squeaking and tries to nudge his way out of your pocket.
I will let him out of said pocket.
Can you roll a speed defense?
This is why I said I was not gonna heal myself.
Okay, Nugget leaps. As soon as you sort of open up the pocket, Nugget leaps straight out.
Like a gremlin.
And sort of rolls and wobbles his way over to the console and is picked up by the kid. And he seems to be nestled in. He starts nestling in, starts cooing.
Is the kid coming with us?
No.
I'm kidnapping the kid.
Why are you kidnapping the
At
kid?
the control panel.
Because he wants to steal Nugget, and I want to keep Nugget, and Drew's trying to get rid of Nugget, and that's not happening.
No, Nugget went to the kid. He didn't try to steal crap.
Yeah, but Drew's trying to get rid of Nugget, so therefore Kid needs to...
Don't start getting paranoid. Actually, do start getting paranoid. That's a lot more fun.
You're evil.
I like how nobody's questioned the fact that Sven Narconis was just hit by a metric butt ton of lightning. He's just stood up and is like, yeah, I'm fine.
He's not like instantly disintegrated or burned to high
He
heaven.
just stood up and he sounds like he's mildly inconvenienced. You know, robes are burning, but that's cool.
It's kind of like the whole, like, I start riots thing. It's like, I have done that 3 times since we've been here, and it's just kind of like, this is just a minor inconvenience for me. I'm just gonna go this way. It's because I don't know how to deal with cities. Ah! Lost my earbuds!
Oh,
Just
no.
not the right time.
Okay,
I'm sure I'll talk to him about it later.
so
Yeah.
the kid goes,
This is, what do you call this?
Name is Nugget.
Nugget.
You can have him.
Oh,
I agree.
hate you all.
Uh-oh.
he starts stroking it,
I'm not gonna eat this face.
but he, as he starts stroking, he starts swiveling around in his seat a little bit. He's got like a little swirly one.
He's got an office chair.
Can you all roll for me perception, please?
Oh, is Nugget eating his face?
Yes.
6.
Oh my
But I'm
gosh.
trained in it.
Oh boy.
I got a 4. but I rolled a
Victor, you just notice that he takes a few extra seconds on the way when he has his back turned to you.
I'm just gonna chuckle.
As he spins around. He starts sort of like sort of fiddling around with Nugget and starts stroking him bits and pieces. Starts swiveling around in his chair. Before he kind of goes, he just looks intently at it, and then just smiles.
What kind of smile? Now I'm worried. Because the kid's first reaction to Narconis was, I know people who can beat you up.
Nods. He starts nodding his head, and then pets it, a few more times, and then sets it back down on the ground, and then Nugget rolls its way back over to you, Sarah.
Can I throw a scan down on this kid thing?
Wait. Does Nugget like roll around like Sonic the Hedgehog or Stitch?
A little bit.
Which one?
I love it. Well, both of them roll on a ball, so it doesn't matter.
I would imagine Stitch, because Stitch does it in a way that sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want.
Sonic said he should theoretically break his spine, but anyways.
What are you wanting to discern?
What it is?
What the child is.
I want to see if it's not a child. It's not acting very 8-year-old-y.
You
can't.
just picked up a small creature and spun around in a chair.
You get sort of a 85% organic, 15% inorganic reading back. Round about level 4. And there's not really much details. It's a mostly organic human.
But full-grown men that were lower level than that.
What do you want to do? You want to react? Are you gonna do anything?
No, I was just checking.
What does your scan look like?
It doesn't look like anything, right?
Well, it has to look like something. It's an esoteric. How does your scan? How do people see that you are scanning? Like what's your form of your sort of esoteric form? Was it like a cloud of nanotech?
No, it's necromantic.
Yeah, so I think this sort of like as you sort of want to scan over things, there's this slight sort of, sort of like an ice, sort of like as ice forming, sort of like as it very thin layer, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's that sort of visual effect in sort of like a blackish green.
Okay.
Over the child. He shivers for a second as you kind of finish up the scan. He goes, "Excuse me, I don't think that's very nice."
That's okay.
It's not okay, you just did something to me, you pervert.
Question. Would Sven Narconis recognize a scan when he sees one?
Yes.
So Sven is just gonna kind of hold a hand up as it tell the kid to calm down. He's like, relax. You got a bit of information, that's it. I'll make sure he doesn't do anything with it.
But it touched me, like in the mental places.
No,
Well,
that
that
wasn't touching you in the mental places. I can do that if you want.
To which Sven just kind of snaps his head to the person who's responding to the child and promptly gives him a sign to shut up.
Alright, I just want to say I do some really mean things, but that's actually where I draw my line.
Yeah, well the reason he told you to shut up is what the kid said earlier. Has actually got him concerned.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, I want you to kind of just please leave me alone, please. Just get in the carriage and just get out of here, please.
And Sven does exactly that before he starts asking.
Touch him in his mental places. No, sorry.
No, Sven told me not to.
Go away, please. Just go.
I I think that is where we're going to take our first break.
Alrighty. Well,
Yeah.
I think
On that note is actually where we get shut down. Sorry, I'm glad you all joined us.
yeah, so we'll be back in a couple of minutes. You guys at home, get a drink, have a stretch, and
So-
we'll see you in 5.
so far.
All right then, folks. Welcome back. Hope everyone had a decent break. So we get back, and you guys are going up the elevator. There is a very distinct smell of static in the air and iron. It's that sort of... You can feel sort of like the hairs on your arm standing on end, kind of thing. It's a bit like a static. It's like it's really staticky in here.
Oh boy.
Sven, you don't seem to be handling it that well, going up through this.
That doesn't surprise me.
So you got you kind of having to sit down and kind of keep quite still.
Well, that's also not surprising considering what happened before we got in the lift.
You know, you can kind of see there's like a little tracker. It's in sort of like a weird sort of scrawl and script, but there's a sort of what looks to be like a straight line and this weird sort of hexagonal symbol kind of going past what looks to be like pips. And it's going from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. Can you roll for me Numenera? Anyone?
I can.
I believe I can, and I...
So what, 3 nanos in the group. Of course someone can roll Numenera.
Yeah.
I have 2.
Okay, I'm changing dice.
I have
I have a
2
14.
things that I can put into it.
Uh-huh.
Ugh. 9.
Okay, Mason, you know that this is probably like a tracker of like where you are. So this is how you are interpreting where the end of the tunnel is.
How far are we along?
You're just closing up to the first pip. There's about 12 pips.
Okay.
And it's been about
Sit down.
20 minutes.
Yep, time to sit down.
So yeah, you guys now have kind of like an opportunity to kind of chit-chat.
Now is the right time.
And so, Sven kind of clears his throat to get everyone's attention. And as he does this, he just goes, so, as a question, how much do any of you know about Scarlet?
I know
Inside
she's a
jest.
hideous old woman.
You know she's a hideous old woman. Do you have any specific reason to be working for her?
The alternative sucked worse.
The alternative is for worse. Right. So, you don't think working for her will end badly either way? Well...
Oh no. I think the ending is going to be bad. It's just going to be less bad than what it could have been.
So, you know that I am Lord Narconis, yes? I believe this has been said to you.
Yeah, my boy Narc.
Now, I don't think Scarlet intends on letting any of us live when she's got what she wants. I don't feel like that's how she'll operate. Mainly because the lords and ladies of this city, they get through by manipulation and sometimes removal of dead ends. Now, seeing as how there is no one else here, I'm going to offer you a chance to get away from her, but
I'm out on that.
it
Mm-hmm.
might be
Do we have
just
Jester?
as...
Yes, you do.
So... Okay.
Wait, what do you ask? Do we have what?
Throw
No, we're
Jester
not.
out the window.
Exactly.
Who
Do it.
is... Who is Jester?
Don't say his name very loudly.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I
can,
whispered it.
Oh, Hunter!
Yes.
If y'all would,
Can you take
so
1
y'all would've been
XP?
quiet about it. Oh.
No, I can't.
Wait, can he what?
Are you refusing it?
If I accept it, am I holding Jester?
If you accept it, you accept the intrusion.
Yeah.
Don't accept it.
That's
Don't
all.
accept it.
You do
No,
not
I
accept it. I apologize. For
Do you
that.
have 1 XP to give me then?
I do. There's your XP, Drew.
Thank you very much.
Wise moves, sir.
That's also because I didn't know you guys were holding Jester. I don't even know what the hell Jester is. I thought it was first.
Is Jester in my pocket?
Yes.
I'm going to say, Victor, tell him quietly. I'm gonna go to the other side of the cart.
Are you putting earmuffs on Jester?
No, I think he's just like humming
Jester
really
earmuffs.
loudly.
I'm just gonna go to the other side and kind of make some noise and have Victor whisper to Sven at the other side of the cart.
Okay. Interesting.
Wait, what's Victor whispering?
You're telling him what Jester is and why he should shut up.
Oh.
Escaping from Scarlet.
He is a psychopathic ball that can kill really easily.
Are there any open ports on this rig that we're on? Jam.
Yes.
Open ports. Got it. So he's just gonna whisper back to the person who just told him this. Remember how I earlier mentioned they sometimes remove dead ends? I'd suggest you remove a tool for that. If you toss it over here, it could easily be misconstrued as having been lost along the way. And I don't think anyone necessarily likes having a threat to their life on board their party, especially when it seems like a forced one, because I don't think you would have accepted had you known that. And I'm glad you forewarned me.
I think he basically...
You're like my favorite person right now.
So yes, he's just very quietly made the suggestion to toss Jester out into the open forest where nobody can find it. So, up to the party what they do with that thing now.
So, who's got Jester? Because I know I don't
I do.
carry him anymore.
Hunter
I've
has
got
it.
him.
He kind of just very quietly tells Victor to make the suggestion to whoever has him. Him, her, it, whatever it is.
Mason, you should very casually drop him out the window.
You do know he can fly, right?
Not if you drop something on top of him.
Sarah,
Really heavy.
Hi.
do you want to take an XP?
No.
Hi. What is going on now? Does Jester have babies? Jay?
Alright, no, I just want you to give me 1 of your XP then, please. If you want to keep this going.
Nothing's happening, he's just taking all of our XP. Someone's finally gonna accept it and he's like, you stubbed your toe.
Just like, yeah, you idiots.
It's like we all think Jester's gonna activate, but it's like, no. It's like Jester malfunctions and you take 3 might damage because it explodes. Trying to translate information.
Okay, carry on. Carry on. You still got about half an hour to go on this thing.
So the entire trip's just gonna be trying to convince people to throw Jester out into the forest. Got it.
Wait a minute.
See, here's the thing. He doesn't necessarily know where we're going in his programming. He just knows he has to stay with us. And
also
I'm
track
pretty
us.
sure she took those little bomb things out of her hand.
No, she didn't.
Pretty sure she did. I'm pretty sure she did. I'm fairly positive that she did.
That did not happen. Jester can track us.
I'm fairly positive that that was a thing.
Wait a minute. Are you guys having this conversation like very quietly out in the open, or is this out of character?
I imagine
This
it's
is
definitely in
in-character
character.
Yeah.
So if he's saying that Zen is just now kind of leaned back as if he's considering something.
Oh god.
No.
He's considering, he's not thinking yet, but it looks...
No, that's a part. There's a thought process. You are considering something, which means you're thinking about it.
Go ahead and roll.
Can everyone roll might defense,
Also, for the
please?
record, as GM said, I didn't know you'd be rolling might defense whenever I decided to think. You did not tell me. I just thought it would be like a really hilarious quiet one like I had when I was a kid.
Right, so what do people roll?
11, 11, 15. How difficult did you
I'm
make
gonna say
this?
it's going to be okay. Right, I'm gonna say that it's a demanding task every
Jesus.
time. So you got to roll 9 or above every time.
Well, they rolled above 9, so they're good.
You're good, okay. However, Mason, you do feel that he's starting to wake up. Within sort of a split second of you realizing this, the bag that you have him in is cut open by a circular saw. That's about as big as like a sort of about big as your fist.
Damn it, the bag is open. Stop cutting them.
Damn you, Jester. We go through so many bags because of you. This shit ain't cheap, bro.
Yes. Oh. What is all this? What is all this? What is going on?
Oh, don't worry, Jester. We're just plotting to get rid of you. Haha, just kidding.
I still haven't had my blades cleaned. Are we getting my blades cleaned? Why can't I talk? Why can't I hear anything?
I
Why?
told you, Jester, you get your blades cleaned whenever you stop killing people.
That's an efficient use of my time. I can't. Why can't I?
Did you have amnesia, Jester?
No, it's not that. I just can't. I can't access my protocols. Something's in the way. It's like it's just on the very edge of my programming. I can just sense the binary, but I just don't. I can't remember it. I can't. I don't. I swear I meant to be doing something else.
I think you're actually supposed to be searching for something out in these woods.
What woods? We seem to be about 1,000 feet underground.
Yeah, there.
In the there's woods 1,000 feet. What? Has he gone? Is he lost his mind? Is he a detriment to the mission? Am I having to eliminate him?
No.
Is he slowing you down? Because I can fix that.
No. Jester,
Yes.
we're delivering these goods like Scarlet told us. And you're
Scarlet. Oh, I know her. She's
your master.
She's really.
Yeah.
I think someone needs a well-deserved shutdown for a little bit.
No, I've got power supply. Wait. The spherical, silver chrome sort of mechanical form sort of starts whizzing around inside the carriage. It sort of hovers over each of the crates before he kind of just sort of like he just sort of stands there about sort of head height to Lord Narconis.
And slowly looking down at this little creature who's been freaking out about having not remembered something.
You're... How did you manage to do that?
Sven says nothing, but he's about as close to smiling as he can get.
That's quite impressive. I mean, for a human, that's quite ingenious. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't realize. You could get that fixed. Although the programming, You can have one of my saw blades if you want. It might be a bit bloody, but you can have one. Like, I mean, you can get one implanted. I mean, it's no bother. I mean, I've got like a whole arsenal inside of me. I mean, it's perfectly fine. You can have a free upgrade if you wish. I mean, if you are you part of the mission?
Yes.
Nods.
Ah. Then yes, I'll be happy to help you augment.
He politely shakes his head and says, "No need. I will augment when it is required."
Jester kind of comes back around to you guys, and guys,
What?
guys,
Jester.
Jesus Christ.
guys. Oh, sorry, looping thief. Guys.
Hit it.
Yeah. Guys.
Dear God, Jester.
He's not human.
Oh shit.
No, wait. No. He's also human.
Good.
Doc, you don't understand. He's really impressive. Like seriously. Ask him to take off his cloak. I dare you. Go on, ask him.
And I was gonna say, as he says he is not human, can I have Narconis roll stealth, just be standing behind this little chatty machine?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. 12.
Can someone roll for Jester, please?
I don't
Rolling
know.
badly.
Who's
Someone.
been rolling really crappy today?
I got a 13.
Ah.
So, you know, with that 1 point difference, I'm just gonna have Lord Narconis calmly wheel Jester around and bring him to eye level. Did you not hear one of their replies? I believe it was along the lines of "no shit." I realize I'm impressive for a machine, but if they already know, it really shouldn't be so unsettling to you, should it?
It's not unsettling. Look, all I was trying to tell them was that they don't really know what they're getting in for. Why am I still whispering? Sorry. Why am I still whispering? I need to work on my routines on that. I think there is something really wrong with me. I don't know what it is. As he starts saying this, a couple of sort of ports on his side open up, and sort of a few like blades and stuff, and sort of needles and swords and stuff. It's malfunctioning a little bit. Can you all roll for me speed defense, please? As a saw blade pings off from Jester.
Ugh.
Oh, 13. Good.
Sven,
Yeah?
you're taking 2 might damage.
Oh no.
You're getting 2 damage.
Also, if it's malfunctioning and can't figure out its routines, trying to employ my containers interface, is it possible for me to interact with Jester as a machine? Because it's just opened this port, which should make this pretty easy. Then I'm going to attempt to do that, just that.
Okay, roll for me Numenera.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah.
And I am going to remotely shut Jester down for an extended period of time. I'm going to set his protocol so that he will not come back online unless the things that I have stipulated are...
Unfortunately, that is out of your control. He is a
can I
sentient
shut-
being, and therefore
Can I
cannot
shut
be
him
shut
down?
down. No.
Oh, no?
He is a sentient
Okay.
being. He can be put to sleep, but he will wake whenever he wishes to wake. It's literally
Okay,
just like
well,
putting
I'll
the...
put him to sleep then, because I prefer he not slice and dice everybody.
Okay, he starts calming down. He goes, guys, I'm really tired. What? And then he just drops to the floor and bounces, and you can hear that sort of huge metallic thud. You guys, as this sort of happens, what you haven't really noticed is that the last pip has been ticked over by what you believe to be the representation of the vessel. And you guys are... The opens out into what looks to be like a small underground sort of room, so to speak. It's half made out of what looks to be like metal plating on the walls and stone. There kind of doesn't seem to be sort of, it melds into each other in various bits and pieces. The ground itself is kind of got a sort of like a slight damp feeling to it. There is a pathway that leads off to the right-hand side of the cave.
Now, is anyone here with us as
No.
this opens out? No. It's a particularly damp place. Jester clearly has robotics. That's going to be interesting. He's asleep, but... This has been out of character, by the way. He's not noting this in character.
You don't have to roll. You don't have to roll for that.
Okay. So he's going to again, he's presumably going to move out of range, like within the cart, like earshot or sensors or whatever this thing might have.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to kind of... what could he tell earlier from when he got to the ports to try and shut him down? What could he actually do?
Literally, it just felt like literally all you can really, you were fighting against his mind.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, could he get a rough idea of what he could and couldn't get away
Most
with?
of it is off access. The only thing that you could do is, with your knowledge of it, you could put it to sleep, and you could probably calm it down. But that's about it. You do know that there has been some quite deep hard wiring changes that have gone on.
That's what I figured.
It looks to be pretty perfect in its design for it, but you do know, you kind of get the sense that the things that have been put together aren't meant to have been put together. Or things have been disconnected that should be connected, but you don't really know how to put them back.
So I know he's basically like robotic Frankenstein, but I
Yes.
don't know how to fix him.
Yes.
He's gonna kind of look over at the group and just mouth, "Leave him here." Like he's mouthing it, he's not making a sound.
We need to roll for that.
You will all need to roll for me memory.
17.
Mason? As Lord Narcona suggests you leave Jester behind, you look down at your left hand, I believe it is?
He mouthed it, so they're tracking, they didn't hear anything.
No. But you look down at your hand, and you see the scar left by Jester. And you remember that he has left a tracking implant in your palm.
Yep.
In all of your palms.
Alright, I think it only makes sense, guys, that we cut our hand.
Well, I mean, you're talking to a guy who you've just seen has forcibly shut Jester down through some means. It wouldn't be outside of the thing to assume he might be able to do something about the tracking. I don't know what he could do, but we'll find out.
Kelsey,
I said that in character, so you can say what you wish.
Okay.
Sarah and Victor do not have backpacks.
No, I don't think I do. It's not in my style to carry,
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say
A
you
lot of
didn't because you're wearing a
luggage.
suit. Sarah?
Which, by the way, I now love my suit because my hit points are restored.
I can't carry him. Sarah, you're gonna have to take him if we're leaving.
And what are you going to do about the boxes? It does take sort of two of you to carry one of them. And there's three of the box. There's 3 boxes.
Hey, Narc.
Raises an eyebrow, looking in the general
Are
direction.
you
And it's just
like super strong since you're a robot-y person?
he shakes his head. I am put nearly entirely toward my ability to move and think.
Don't think.
Truth be told, I'm under-repaired. I need to repair. I'm not going to think.
Good.
I have nothing to consider at the moment.
Okay, good. So we have too many boxes. Why did Why do we not have people to carry these? Okay.
What are you going to
Is there
do?
nothing? Is there anything in the room?
No. You can tell that there's sort of there seems to be sort of panels, smooth metal panels, and in sort of periodic one of them there's sort of this sort of crystal, what looks to be sort of like a crystal, crystal sort of thing in the middle of it, like a design. Can you roll for me perception actually? Right. You give me a second. Yeah. You also see to the right hand side of you near that's the cave where it started to crumble. There has been a stalactite that has fallen off. Because tights go down, mites go up. And you see that inside of the rock is what seems to be like fossilized wires.
Well, let's just unload these boxes. We can't carry all of them. We'll have to think of something.
Can you roll for me? Can someone else roll for me perception, please?
Ow!
11
That
and
hurt.
I am trained.
So that takes you to a 14, yeah?
15 on my end, and I need to see if I have training.
Right, you both kind of notice kind of more or less at the same time that there it seems to be like a worn path that leads up and straight up to a rock face.
How long is this path?
It's literally sort of, it goes down sort of like a meter down into sort of like a corridor kind of looking thing, and then just immediate flat stone wall. You three the nanos that are there, you guys sense that something there. This whole place emanates Numenera.
Let's take the boxes off and we can look around.
Sven nods to that because there's not really an alternative.
Sven, you actually, as you're unloading, you actually are able to catch. You sort of sense that there is a piece of Numenera you can actually interface with.
Do I know what it does, or will
No.
I have to study it first?
You will need to study it first.
Okay, let's see what it does before I touch it.
Okay.
Ooh!
Right. Exactly.
That's an appropriate sound to make when a 20 is rolled.
For the rest of you guys, you guys see, sort of, at the corner of your eye, you see, what looks to be like a portion of the stone wall, which you thought was stone at first, but it's just covered in sort of mold and dirt. It's actually sort of like another crystal panel, yeah? And on this crystal panel is, what looks to be like a hexagonal display or an interface. As the sort of it starts to light up a little bit, the buttons start being labelled for you, which you can read in your own in common. And then sort of other bits, more bits start getting labelled until basically the entire thing is covered in information and information about it. Half of it you don't understand.
Oh wow, is that even the book on Numenera and the other assets that I've got?
Well, it's kind of like 40 PSI .37974/D.
Oh, okay, so it's just very advanced math essentially.
Very much, yeah. But you guys can see it. Basically, what it looks like is it's just sort of like multiplying and duplicating and kind of taking over the entirety of the surface of the item. These labels. But Sven,
You are able to determine that this item is a security override door lock. A security lock for a door.
Welp, he is gonna note that is interested. Like he's going to say,
And with your 20, with your bonus action, you know exactly how to open it.
Very nice. So, you know, as this happens, he looks to the group and goes, "Well, I figured out what this is," gesturing to the door lock. "It is a security lock to the door, and if I am correct, I will be able to open said door." Sure.
You don't even need to touch it. I mean, with your ability to interface remotely with Numenera, the door the doors kind of just part open. The ground, you can kind of hear sort of the metal scraping on the stone underneath. What order are you going in?
Where does the door lead? Can we see anything?
It just goes down a further corridor.
We need to bring the boxes.
Zen is... He's going to suggest that maybe they look further in to see if something might be of use, because he could detect that, which means there might be more technology they could potentially use to help them if they really want to move the boxes. Because otherwise they had to move by hand, which requiring 6 people means they'd have to wake up Jester, who is presumably out for a number of hours.
Yeah. Okay. But we need someone to... No, I guess there's no one in here. Yeah, we can go look.
Okay, what is the order? What is the order? Who's going first?
I think our fearless bodyguard should go first, right?
Well, I was going to say Sven goes first anyway, because he has to detect the Numenera, as he's just said.
Okay, Sven.
Yes.
Victor's not a hero, so he doesn't go first.
Can you take 1 XP and give one to a friend?
I will give them to the person that suggested he go first. Why not?
As you step over through the door, underneath your feet appears a hexagonal plate or looking thing of light underneath your feet.
So, does the design match the thing you were describing?
The color is purple.
Don't trust it.
God damn it, Drew. I know these.
As you walk through, you start hearing laughter.
Sven is going to raise an eyebrow, and let's see if he can do anything about detecting the source of that laughter other than can I roll for deduction to see what might be going on, given the interaction between the door, these plates, and that laughter, to see if I can infer anything?
Sure.
Up.
Nope,
There go the shit rolls again.
There you go, Jon Snow. You know nothing.
I am Jon Snow. I'm going to die this season.
Yep. Well, there is only 1 season so far, so probably. Yeah, you as you walk back into where the where the transport is, the hexagon follows your footsteps. It is always underneath you in what looks to be like a tiling fashion. So you can walk, you can take like a very small step and it won't move. But as you make a step forward, it's like a tile. It seems to be like there's tiles underneath the floor of some description. But the floor itself just looks like stone. So it doesn't make sense.
What you also just said that I've uncovered a door, and also that the wires were fossilized, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to spend in the first place. Can I roll Numenera to see if I can detect it, or like if I can tell anything about the thing that's been following me?
Yeah.
12, and I have a book, and I'm not sure.
You know that this is probably directly related to the fact that you crossed over that threshold.
Right.
You don't really, unless you actually find sort of more concrete, like a place to interface with, or a data bank of something. You won't really know what's going on.
I'm not picking up anything right now, am I?
No. As you sort of walk out slightly into this corridor, you also can see above you that what looks to be sort of like vines across the sort of the top of the cave. But as you sort of like grab hold of one, you can the dust and the grime fades away underneath your grip, and you can see the tubes are actually filled with what looks to be like flowing light.
That's interesting. Can I make another roll against Numenera to see if I recognize these tubes of light, as you put it? 15 with a book, so I should be okay.
Yeah, I would probably say that you know that you've read about this sort of technology. It's called hard light. It's called hard light. That's the general term for anything that uses this sort of stuff, but no one really knows where it came from. No one really knows how to really use it. They just know that this thing exists. If things emit this sort of type of thing, it's called a hard light type.
Right. And all I know is that this hard light seems to be in a container of some kind or going somewhere, I'm guessing.
Well, you know this hard light isn't hard, it's liquid.
Oh. Well then.
That's the one weird thing.
I can't really guess anything based off that, because we've only ever seen it solidified, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody's really figured out how it functions, so I have a hard time imagining they'd liquefied it.
Yeah. So does anyone else follow over the threshold?
Oh no.
Having seen the spooky light, I imagine not. But I also think Sven might end up going back over the threshold to avoid the light because he doesn't know what it does.
The light follows you back over the threshold into the chamber.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, if I look up, is there any source for this light? Like, is it in the
No.
walls or the ceiling?
It seems to just appear beneath you.
And he's gonna kind of look at the group to see if they've seen anything like this. He's not.
How-
Like, it's not a spoken thing, but he's.
How light is it? Is it just like the tile under his foot is glowing, or is it there's like a beam like?
It's like a tile. It looks like a tile of light beneath his foot in purple.
Okay. Okay. I have no idea what that is. I think I can roll and find out.
Go on then.
No, that's a 16.
Can I roll again against this light to see if I can figure it out? Because it's followed me back over the threshold.
Yeah,
It wasn't
sure.
triggered until I crossed it, so that's...
Mm-hmm. Okay, from further sensing of the Numenera, you can tell that this is something to do with the fact that you're inorganic, mostly. You still don't know what function this is, what this provides, but you know that this specific colour is because of the fact that you're
what
not...
I am,
Yes.
which is a currently moderately damaged robot.
I think moderately damaged is a good way to put it.
Well, doesn't look like it's hurting you too much.
No, it's following me around and laughing. That's not ominous at all.
Ominous, maybe. Deadly, not yet. So, why don't you go back and see if you can find a cart or something?
Just nods to that.
Do you go
Why
alone?
not? He probably wouldn't suggest that. He'd have more than likely look around the group for somebody to go with him, because he's just heard laughing, and he doubts that that's just a construct of the light itself.
Oh, give me a second.
Obviously,
I will
speaking in the
go.
tunnels.
I feel like this information could, you know, in seeking this information, I could, probably make myself look like a baller in the eyes of old B-man Breathless.
So who?
Gather the data.
Sorry, I had to go grab something. Who decided what?
I will go
Okay.
because, you know,
Information.
yeah, information.
Adventure!
I'm looking out information for the old B-man in the sky, Breathless.
Okay. So, as soon as you cross over the threshold, you notice that there is an amber light beneath your tile. However, if you and Lord Narconis are stood on the same thing, Lord Narconis' colour is more dominant. As you start walking off down the cave, you can hear sort of the drip of water. Can you both roll for me perception, please?
Oh boy.
Or listening, depending.
I could
Ah!
10.
Here.
Victor, you can hear running water.
Running water. Oh goody.
Have I been here before?
Not
me.
There is, can you both roll for me, perception, please?
That might be able to do something. That's not.
There's another laugh, but the laugh seems to be coming straight from behind you and seems to run straight past you.
I feel like I know exactly where we're at.
Can,
Are you saying it's a character?
Yes, I'm saying that.
I'm saying this out of character. I know exactly.
We need to
where
do
we're
like
at,
the hand signal thing, the OCC hand signal.
and I know exactly what this is.
Can those of us who don't have lighted tiles under our feet hear the laughter?
Yes.
Okay.
This place sucks.
Did you guys see anything yet?
Heard some shit.
As you guys turn around to answer Mason, you again hear and feel something run straight behind you, laughing.
I mean, this should be pretty obvious. Can Narconis roll deduction to see if, like, this thing is intentionally messing with them? Like, if it's actually aiming for something?
You don't even know what you're looking at, or what you would even be looking for at the minute.
No. I was trying to, because this seemed like
If you knew what the thing what it was,
I probably
or you
could.
got a glimpse of it, you could kind of start understanding it. But since you don't even know what's going on,
Oh no, yeah, that's what. Okay, I'll wait.
you guys can roll Numenera if you wish. Roll perception for no perception. So 20 for Sven, and Victor gets a 3. Victor, unfortunately, you find Jack shite.
I haven't seen anything.
Sven, however, can you roll for me a D20 and a D100, please?
Hold on. Oh. And there's my 20, and where is... Oh, let's see. I got a 100.
Give me a second. I'm loading up Adobe, and then we're going to File. Don't have this open, but I thought I'd better give you something. So with that 20, you are getting something quite fun. Let me see if I can find this, the Technology Compendium. Here we go. So you rolled a 10 and a 25.
Yep.
Okay. 10. Oh god, right. 10 gives you... Actually, no, can you roll a d6, please?
Alright, give me a second. Also, I forgot to mention, when you said I took damage earlier, did you account for my armor?
No.
Oh, okay, so I took...
Actually, no, electricity damage is ambient damage.
Oh, no, I was saying for jesters, so you said I took 2, so I
Yeah,
went
so-
taking 1.
Yeah. Okay,
That's fine.
6 and 25. What the heck
Damn.
is this?
I learned to hate this place once. I guess I can find that hate again.
No, that's
Right,
not. I don't want that.
Oh, I was just to ask what was in my messages.
No, I'm going to do... I'm just looking at what could be the best Alright, we'll go with this. I'm going to do which you guys can see at home. Right, let's see what you find. You, find what looks to be like... Okay, this will be interesting. You find what looks to be like a T-shape piece of metal. Okay? And at the bottom of it, there is a narrow metal tube at the base.
Right.
As you sort of move it around, you can hear that there's something inside that rattles.
So there's something in the tea itself.
Yes, which you can, if you wish, you can roll Numenera to identify.
I think I will do that. Oh, pfft, I didn't identify nothing.
Anyone got any XP?
We've come so far from a 20 to a
you know what? I cost XP, so I'll give up the one that I got for crossing the threshold.
Go on then, reroll then.
Alright, 1 second. There goes the XP, and... Boop. Really? Okay. That's fine.
2. Whoa.
Okay,
There's my karma for costing 2 XP previous.
Okay, you know that this is a piece of Numenera, but you have no idea what the heck it does.
Yeah, I'm also not keeping it. I'll probably point it out to my traveling companion.
Do you want it? If he doesn't want it?
I can check it out.
Yeah, go on
Yeah,
then.
that's right. You could also roll to identify.
Go on then, Victor, have a go. Have a go at identifying it.
17 plus 6, whatever that gets me.
Okay.
Because I got Numenera and Numenera information.
Okay. This is interesting. Okay. So you, after sort of working this out, you find that there is what looks to be like a dimensional phasing device built into this thing. Okay.
Okay.
And it seems that these sort of little ball bearings that you found, that's what you can see and that you can guess are inside. You can see that there's traces of transdimensional phasing, transdimensional radiation in them. Okay. What you have found is an inorganic phasing slug spitter. You have a gun.
That's fun.
This this weapon can fire up. This weapon inflicts 4 points of damage. I will copy this over after the session, but just so you know, it's called Slug Spitter, Inorganic Phasing, deals 4 points of damage, range 200 feet, cannot harm inorganic elements. Armor piercing.
Ow!
Shit, son.
You can fire through walls, objects, buildings, caves, anything you like.
I got like the dopest gun in the world.
However, you will need to, I don't know how you'll be able to target from the other side, because you won't be able to see through.
You'll
Really
need to
good
know.
guessing.
But yes, it will
Right,
only
like,
harm this object, this gun. The rounds will only harm organic targets, not inorganic. So anything
if you
made of
shoot Sven with it, it wouldn't hurt him.
yeah. If you shoot Sven, it will go straight through Sven. If you shoot Jester, it will go straight through Jester. If you shoot anything that is not basically made of... Okay, I'm going to be more specific. It has to be made of... It has to be organic carbon-based life forms.
So it has to have guts.
It has to basically have come originally from Earth.
So I can get my revenge on Octopig.
Yes.
The roll.
And you won't even damage his tank.
I'm gonna say yeah, and I'm gonna throw out one of these other ciphers.
Or can you not just use it in a random
Put the other
location?
one on it.
What?
You could put the one I gave you on it.
What are you talking about?
The Bindi patch. I gave it to
Oh,
you last
yeah.
session.
Doesn't
Yeah,
that make
you
it like mind
that's
control?
that one.
By the way, this is an artifact.
No, that you're thinking of the mind nodule, which somebody else has.
Yeah, no,
Patch increases
the-
the effect of the next use of the device, such as providing additional damage, healing. Patch.
Oh, okay, so it's a more effective shot.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
applied
makes the
to an
full effect.
expired device, the patch repowers it once, allowing another additional use.
You can attach that to that, yes.
Yeah, and make it powerful.
Okay, so it is,
Supercharged.
this device is a rapid fire weapon. It has a
becomes
depletion.
Better and better.
It has a depletion of
Oh.
1 through to 4 in a D100 roll for every attack.
Just 1 to 4.
If you roll a 1 to 4 within a D100, it blows up.
Oh, okay, so he's got a 1 in, literally a 1 in 4 chance out of 96 other results.
So you've basically got a 1 in 25 chance of blowing this thing up, and that is every single round of fire. You'll have to roll if you want to use it.
Really like this thing. Alright, sweet.
Yep, it's about
And
to
that does
be a
more damage.
reduced up one as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you pick up. You still haven't found anything much. You guys at the start, Sarah and Mason, the laughter seems to be getting louder.
Is it coming from inside the cave?
Yes. You can hear it echoing down the corridor. It seems to be in between you and the other two. And it seems to be getting closer
Right.
towards you.
I actually is the panel to open the door, is that by the entrance?
Yes.
I want to go over there and see if in it has any data about like what the room behind the door is or anything like that.
There is no information, so to speak. There is an option to close the door.
So it just opens and closes.
It has. You can't really get much information about it apart from there's the one thing that you can label, that you can read and easily access is close.
All right. Not doing that yet.
All the other buttons and bits and pieces have been covered over with what looks to be like malware descriptions of every single function of this item. There's layers and layers. You know, like how you have like about 100 screens that open, and they're just layered on top of each other. Imagine that being laid over the entire function, like all the sort of the control panel kind of thing. So you can't actually access it through all the information.
Can
That's
I
how-
roll Numenera to try and get rid of the windows?
You can try, yeah.
Let's not break it and lock them in the room. 17.
As you sort of try to identify this, you realize that this isn't a Numenera problem. This seems to be strangely biological.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
The laughter is still getting closer to you. There is more of it now. It seems to be multiplying.
Sarah?
You both can hear this. It's like
Is-
screaming laughter heading down towards you.
I'm really
That's right.
professional, guys.
Get bed in a second. Something's coming.
So what are you gonna do?
How close is the panel to the door?
And your webcam's gone.
Okay,
There you
we
go. It's literally right next to it.
Okay, I want to have my hand over the closed door button, and then have my other hand out ready to mind blast people who walk through the door.
As the you can hear the laughter getting closer and closer and closer. And your webcam's gone again.
So, out of
But-
character question.
Yeah.
Oh, go on ahead.
Okay.
Was the screens overlaying and not being sorted out my fault for not specifying? Because I kind of figured Sven would do that by nature.
I don't think you've told everyone about what happened there.
Well, yeah, that was also out of character, though.
Yeah. So yeah, you would have to explain what just happened to all
Oh,
of that.
okay. So basically, the screens that you saw, when Sven identifies something, it becomes labeled, and you can clearly see what it does. As part of his character, I goofed and forgot to separate all the screens of information. That's why they're stacked on top of each other. But if you mention that to him when he comes back, he will probably sort them out, just because there might be something there that might help him.
Basically, whenever he does, whenever
Part.
he does a scan of a piece of numenera, or he tries to interface with it, or identifies it
Yeah.
with it, he first of all has to identify the function he wants, which is then immediately
Right.
labelled, but then all the other functions are slowly data mined and labelled without his interaction,
So-
and then they just pile on top of each other until the device becomes...
So there's like 100 different functions. This is slowly being hacked.
Yeah, it's slowly being brought up saying, this is this function, and then over that window, it's another function, and this describes another function. But what it does is now those descriptions, if possible, they cover over what you need to actually interact with.
Okay.
So eventually, if left to multiply on its own, the device will become unusable if it has a touch interface.
Okay. Have to wait for him to get back here then.
As the laughing gets closer and closer to you, you can feel there's like a rush of air. You know, sort of like at a metro station or something like that, that the sort of the wind blasts past you. It's sort of, you can sort of feel it sort of gushing into you, like blasting your face, along with the laughter. What do you guys do? Anything? Remember, guys, you are in the complete darkness unless you can see, because no one said they brought out a torch. So you are in complete darkness.
That
There
is
is this
true.
wind coming along, and there is this basically
Well,
screaming
I
laughter
imagine,
coming down the corridor. What do you
I
do?
imagine the two inside can kind of see because of the liquefied hard light.
Yeah, there's a little bit of. There's sort of like you can
I
see sort of
assume the hexagonal lights would provide something.
on you two, on
Yeah,
you two
that
only.
also.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
But
that's
they
what I
can't
was
see.
thinking.
You are in complete darkness near enough. They can see sort of like it's like glowworm kind of light. It's not light. It's not
It's
not proper
very
light.
bright, but it's enough that you have a personal field of
Can you roll
vision.
perception actually?
Good.
Not
answer
you.
this
Not you.
already.
Just Sarah and Mason, please.
Oh, okay.
I have a belt. It's an artifact that glows faintly with light.
What? An artifact?
17. Yeah, it's my. Not oddity.
It's. I think it's an oddity.
Yeah. Well, it's not bright enough to be used as a lamp. You need to actually think.
17.
You see, as the laughter gets closer, you can see what looks to be like a shadow kind of flicker over the light. And then you see it, then sort of as it starts getting closer, you see like another flicker, and then another flicker, until the flickers start becoming so frequent that the light that it's casting seems to turn to darkness.
The light from my belt or from their glowy tiles?
No, from the overhead cable that was revealed to be a light source.
Oh. And that's coming towards the door.
The whole light source is being slowly covered over with shadows that seem to be darting past it until the point where the light is blocked out by those darting shadows.
So go inside
the
and
left
nope
here.
the fuck out.
What are you doing?
Sarah, do you have a torch in your kit?
I have matches.
That doesn't. That's light-ish. This is a horror movie. I'm just sitting there with a match.
I got light for about 20 seconds.
Until I burn
Here,
my
I've got this
fingers.
stupid painting. Light it on fire.
I don't know painting.
Just got it earlier.
Did you steal a painting from what's her name?
No, one of the kids at the daycare gave it to me. It's a painting of Neve. I don't know who that is.
Oh,
but
right.
You can light it up.
I just like how it's a stupid painting. Burn it.
Light this on fire with your match.
We have anger issues.
No, it's a
And
temporary.
are you going to, Kelsey? Kelsey, are you going to?
Catch it on fire.
Okay. As soon as you strike the match, yeah, there is a slight giggle from the right behind your left ear. You can almost feel the breath tingle on the actual ear itself, and it's just sort of a slight giggle. And as you look down towards the match, you can see two very long, thin, pale, bony fingers just pinch out.
Oh,
The
no.
Just nope the fuck out, Hunter. Let's
just pinches it back into, and then you cast back into darkness again.
Yeah, that's the point where you just stick your hands up in the air, wave
Like-
them back and forth while yelling nope and running.
And I think on that point, we will end today's session.
And just before we end, can I just yell Jester?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Jester. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Gary is one of our guests. He'll be sticking around for the next couple of sessions. But if you guys at home want to get involved, just get in contact. All the social details are down below. And you could be like Gary, playing in the game with the rest of the group. Make sure
I don't
to...
have many demands when I play with you.
make sure to head on over to cityofneedlesblog.wordpress.com, where all the show information will be going up, along with the show notes from this week's session. Shall be going up somewhen. Sorry about this week's sessions, they've only gone up today. The YouTube channel will be updated next week with both last week's show and this week's show. So you'll be able to watch the shows again if you wish, or you can watch them over on Twitch. Don't forget to give me a follow and everyone else with their Twitter bits and pieces. And yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Things could get very interesting very quickly.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
and
they
it-
could, because I think I know what pinched out the match.
It's a bye from me,
Gosh.
and I'm guessing it's a bye from those guys.
Yeah,
Bye,
so-
bye.
Bye. Bye.
See
Okay, bye.
you later.
If we're not dead.
we are not.
Oh, we won't be dead till next session.